Yeah, today here at Eagles Canyon, it's going to be the normal format. So that's a 3-lap, kind of like a burst 3-lap time, where you do a standing start, you do 3 full laps, and then the timer ends. So it's not the best of the 3, it's a full combined time of all 3 laps. Alex is going to be driving today.
Yeah, I've been here before, so I've got some experience. I know where the track goes.
Yesterday, where were we yesterday? Memphis.
Yesterday we were at Memphis. We were supposed to have 2 time trial events and then drag racing, but the rain came in and made the drag strip unusable. So we ended up doing 3 point-to-point high-speed autocross style runs, where you start from a point on the track and then drive to a different point on the track as fast as you can. So Annie managed to finish 1st in session 1, 4th in session 2, and then 4th again in session 3, which is leaving us 2nd overall now, which is pretty exciting. And the important part is that because session 1 was the qualifying session, we get to lead the grid out basically for the rest of the week. Being out front will give us the first run group, so we can run first, pack up first, hit the road first, and in theory get to the hotel mid-pack.
But trans got hot, got stuck in 4th. So yeah, we'll see. We might do a fluid change. There's a shop up there at the hoist. It'd be easy to change fluid real quick. So I think he's gonna pull 4th right now. Yeah. So I think he's gonna pull 4th right now.
now we're just sitting here.
It goes into what's called anti-stall, so as soon as the RPMs drop below a certain RPM, it will disengage the clutches to stop you from stalling.
Okay.
Halfway through the second lap, it started being slow to shift, and then it just lapped in fourth gear. It was dusty as shit. Holy fuck.
They had like stuff where you clean up the oil spill up there.
Down the straight, like, man, I wish I was stuck in fifth. And then through some of the tight stuff, I'm pretty happy I'm stuck in fourth.
Everything else okay?
Other than it being so slick, the first lap. The first lap, it was... First lap, started driving the rain line.
Now we're getting... Everybody in that last pod beat all of us.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to put a little hole here.
The car ready for the main bumper.
Can I put a hole in the bumper?
Awesome, man. Badass.
Third place.
Trans was great?
Trans was fine. Trans was fine the whole time, but I was limiting gears, like every braking zone. Diff gets hot, fluid inside the diff expands, and then, so we've got it venting to a catch can in here, but apparently we must have filled the catch can, huh?
These diffs had very poor baffling inside, so it's not uncommon for oil to get shot out the breather. And
the rear diff?
The rear diff, yeah. They're not baffled well at all. So I just shot out some oil and made a little mess, cleaned it up so we don't put our clothes in.
Track was awesome. Car behaved itself really well. I made a couple of mistakes, including a big slide through one of the kind of crusting corners, but didn't go off track, which was good. And yeah, did put in a respectable time. I think when I came off we were third in that session, which I'm okay with that. And yeah, should put us in good stead for the rest of the week. What's next? We're cleaning up a little bit, then we're getting packed up and heading to another state somewhere. Louisiana, we're going to.
Neutral. It is in neutral, so we can push it. Try. What? Push further over? No.
Back in.
Is it alright if I stay today? Is it alright if I stay today?
Well, we didn't get very far, literally 6 feet out of the driveway from Eagles Canyon. Car lost all drive. Like, it would shift into gear, but would not go forward.
It just free rev.
Yep. We realized we were going the wrong way, so pulled in to turn around in this super steep alley. Went to turn around and it did the same thing again. Wouldn't go into gear. So after a lot of troubleshooting, probably 45 minutes of troubleshooting in the heat, we figured out it was the brake switch that had gone bad.
On the pedal, there's a switch that when you press the brakes, the switch opens, and that triggers the brake lights and stuff. Well, that also tells the GCU that you're on the brakes, which when you're on the brakes below a specific RPM, it goes into an anti-stall mode, and it will just free rev. That's what happened. It was a very simple, figured that out, back on the road.
Yeah, back on the road. And then, but we were delayed enough that traffic was starting to build up. So rather than send us on the freeways, GPS sent us like literally down through downtown Dallas. So we're in the middle lane of this like 5-lane road.
Just getting into Dallas.
Just getting into Dallas at a traffic light, yeah. And he goes to pull away and the car stalls. And all our buttons on the keypad are completely unresponsive to try and get it started. So.
And the car will stall here and there.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon, but it just happened at the worst time. And then also our keypad is like frozen, so we can't hit the starter or anything. It's just dead.
Yep.
So about 5-10 minutes of just like turning things on and off, Cars clunking at us. We got it started.
Yeah, pulled into like the art museum.
No, we continued on. It happened again.
Oh, that's right.
Another 5-10 minutes, blocking traffic, getting honked at. Finally got us to turn on, so we turn into this art museum little
like
driveway,
drop-off area thing,
which we were getting hassled at for parking.
Yeah, we were trying to reconfigure the keypad, or reconfigure the PDM so that buttons on the steering wheel could turn everything on and run the starter and stuff like that.
As a backup.
And while we're trying to do that, we're having trouble getting connected to the PDM, and the security guards coming in on us saying we can't park there, and we're actually parked backwards. Like we went in the exit as well, and so we were like, don't worry, we'll get out of here. Then she comes back 2 minutes later, you've really got to go. She was like, I'm really sorry, I'm just a security guard, I'm doing what they tell me, but you got to go. So like 2 minutes.
I'm
2
sure,
minutes.
I'm sure it doesn't look like conspicuous. You're on your laptop, like
Right.
we're outside this like major building.
So anyway, got that taken care of and got back on the road. But then it was all traffic. So we were behind, we were in traffic. The cooling mods we did to the trans was making the engine run a little hotter than we would like.
Yeah, especially when we weren't moving.
So
it started getting up to like a little over 200.
So we're running the interior fans, so that was all hot. No, keypad just started working again. And
Well,
we think it was heat related, and then in Louisiana we're going down the freeway and we're getting hit with like all this dust and stuff coming into the car.
In your eyes, mouth, hair, everything.
And it's like it felt like hay coming in, or like fine bits of hay or grass. And it went on and on for like 50 miles. Big clouds of the stuff. Every semi you would come up to, there'd be a big cloud of it. So, anyway.
We have to have our windows down because we have zero air conditioning at all.
Yeah.
It's like 90-some degrees.
Yeah, it can't even blow ambient air. You can only blow engine heated air into the car. Anyway, turns out it was feed, and if you look behind the passenger seat, you can just see it just filled with stuff. So we got most of it cleaned out, but yeah, so we got a car full of feed.
What time did you get in?
3. I got in at 3.
Yeah, 2 we arrived, but then there's a couple of things to fix on the car, so Andy wanted to work on those. Yeah, right around there. 3 hours of sleep. Alarm went off at 6.
Which is fine, as long as we don't have more issues today, tomorrow.
And compound it.
So now what are you doing today? Who's driving? Where are we?
NOLA. We're at New Orleans. I believe I'm driving today.
Yes.
Yeah, see what happens. I think car's ready.
say anything yet.
Look good.
Did look good.
Felt pretty good. Splitter bent, but it was every braking zone.
Felt like fun.
I wasn't. I think Tom.
I think Tom probably had it.
It's just bent down. We're gonna put the support rods in. Car felt good otherwise. I was taking it easy on some of the brake zones because I didn't want this to like fly off. Well, I didn't want to damage it anymore. All right, so the race line on a racetrack becomes very polished over time. So in the wet, that race line becomes super slick. So sometimes you want to drive off the race line to get some grip where it's a little more coarser concrete and not as polished, so you can get a little more grip. So it's going to be definitely searching for the grip, and it could be different. One corner could be good doing it one way, and the next corner could be doing it the other way that's better.
at the pits.
Splitter made a difference.
Yeah.
It's got so much more front end grip now. I could fly into those S's with hardly touching the brakes.
Yeah, it looked fast. Get some water.
Car felt real good.
Look good, man.
That damaged splitter, I do think, was causing some issues on the first session. I think it was taking away some front end bite. When I would brake dive, I could hear the thing flutter. And I think it was diving down and it was just reducing the efficiency. So it's really critical to have a splitter that's super stable, not like flexing and bending and stuff. So I think it helped. Car felt a lot better there. I probably drove better. Interesting with a little bit of the puddles in certain placements. You had to drive different lines, but overall I'm satisfied. It's gonna be another long night, followed by then the longest transit.